So if you can't tell, it's snowy outside. And the truck is pretty covered in ice. We've been home about 20 minutes, so it started to kind of melt off. Like between the Nerf bar and the truck is covered in ice. Especially like the whole Nerf bar was like packed like that is before. And this piece of snow, or oh no, that's a piece of rust. There's just happens to be snow stuck on it. I thought there was a piece of ice hanging down, but you can see in the whole wheel well there's a lot of snow. And then above the tailpipe there's a bunch. And then the bumper is covered, like there's the bottom of the bumper, or the top of the bumper I should say, the bottom of that snow. And then the whole back of the truck is covered in ice, or not ice but snow. And like I said, some of it's melted off since we've been home, so oh yeah, and then there's a snow drift in the back of the truck, a small one. And we got icicles hanging off the front fender. Icicles all down the front of it. You can see all the water all over the floor. Now we're going to check out outside. Probably should have put on my snow boots, but boots I've got on work okay. I hear a cat. I do not see it though. I can see their tracks though. So you can see our, speaking of tracks, you can see our tracks. I can't see on the camera very good. The snow doesn't really show up unless it's on something. Like it shows up on the truck. And by the way, the whole truck, both sides of it's covered. That side is pretty plastered. And this side is plastered as well. It's kind of a drift around some of these wheels. Oh wow, I stepped in a snow drift. And the bed's full of snow. I bet the bed has a bunch of snow in it. Yeah, there's how much snow is in the bed of the truck. I'm surprised it closed. Okay, so the mirror and the truck are separate, but they don't look like it. But you can see they are. Just look like inside. Well, there's snow inside it. This looks funny. Like with the snow looking in there like that. Got it closed. Let's go look at some of our other stuff we got sitting out here in the snow. That truck, whoa, slipped on some ice. I think that truck that was up there by the garage, it's nice enough. We needed to pull it in the barn, I think, but nobody else thought of that, so whatever. Here's our old fridge that hasn't moved yet. There's snow on top of the plug. And then on top of the fridge there's quite a bit of snow. What am I going to find inside of this? Lots of mold. That's actually really gross. Look at that. When I shut the door, all the snow blows up. Then the fender of the dump truck always has lots of snow on it. It usually makes it up to about the top of the hood. It's about there, but not quite. I bet this looks pretty wild too. Yeah, it does. Look, there's even snow back there behind in between the cab and the bed. You can't really see it from that side. All the snow fell off. That didn't shut. I got it to shut after a few more times of slamming it. There's a little bit of snow on this side. There's probably more on the other side. But then there's snow in everything that's in it, obviously. No boat this year. I know you guys know that if you've been with the channel for a while. But no boat. The snow looks like it's about broke down those weeds though that's growing beside the S10. Is there a cat in there? There's a cat in the S10 last time that I was out here. You can only see the top of the license plate. Well, there's snow inside the fender, where you can see. And I guarantee that there's snow inside the truck that is frozen shut. No, there's not actually. I figured there would be. There's not a cat in here either. You can see the ground though. Okay, this door is dented in and it closes better than the door on the dump truck. That's kind of weird. And you can't see it from this angle, but if I don't break my neck stepping on stuff, you can see the snow every once in a while when we get a gust. You can see snow blowing off the top of the trailer there every once in a while. See, this is what I was talking about. There's more snow on this side of the dump truck. There's a snowdrift around the trailer here. And the wagon frame also has snow stuck to it. You can see how it's getting kind of icy, because it's not only is it sticking to real narrow stuff like the trailer, but it's also sticking to the trees. It looks really pretty. There's snow on the fender. It's weird. It's blowing that way, but then there's also snow on every one of the bolts on this trailer. That's kind of funny looking. But what I was going to show you was the snow on the fenders. It's funny though, there's snow on like every one of these bolts. And then there's only a little bit of snow up there in the corner on this side. Sprayer has a bunch of snow. Let me go this way. This was not the right way to go. Lawnmowers are pretty much covered in snow. That one doesn't have a deck, but this one has a deck. You just can't see it because of the snow. There's the chute for it. Look at that headlight filled up with snow. Check out my garden. Sometimes there's snow in the garden, sometimes there's not. That wind is bitter cold. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of snow and snow drifts. Snow drift around the tricycle. Snow drift around the cat. Big snow drift right here. Ooh, I got snow in my boots. Yeah, there's snow in there. Sometimes it's drifty, and sometimes the way the snow drifts, it doesn't get any around there. The cats are behind there somewhere. There's their dish. They really can't drink any water. Except for when they eat the snow, they're getting water, so not gonna worry about it. There's snow up on the deck. Let's go up the stairs. I'm going on the porch because walk back down. You can see the snow drifting on the porch here. You can see, like, this is natural for the wood to split like that. You can see where it filled up with snow. Oh, I know something I was going to check. The dish for the Wi-Fi. It actually only has a little bit of snow on it. That's weird. If I stand here and slip my feet, you can see the snow blow across the deck here. The porch. Look, there's a snow on top of the bush. And then where the rocking chair's dumped over. There's snow on a package. We have a package. See, I think the bushes are pretty when they have snow on them. I'm gonna regret this once I get out here in the yard. But this house looks pretty with the snow. There you can see more what I was talking about with the snow kind of drifting. I'll blow off the house. If the four-wheeler would start when it's cold, you could take a GoPro video of sliding around in the yard. But I saw a guy doing that today while I was on a drive, but ours doesn't want to start. So there's the house in the snow.